Getting back up is hard, but I know I'll be stronger now if I just take it slow.
The day began with laughter, sunlight, and excitement. Sofia woke up early, full of energy and joy. She stretched her arms wide and jumped out of bed, ready for a busy day. Today was special. She had been practicing hard for weeks and she finally felt confident and strong. Her body felt light and her heart felt happy. Sofia moved quickly through the castle halls, greeting everyone with a smile. She could not wait to start her activity for the day. She loved moving her body, feeling strong and challenging herself. It made her feel proud and free. Outside, the air was fresh and the ground felt firm beneath her feet. Sofia warmed up carefully, just like she had been taught. She stretched her arms, her legs, and took deep breaths. Everything felt normal. Maybe even better than normal. "I feel amazing today," Sofia said softly to herself. She began to move faster, pushing herself a little more than usual. She wanted to do her best. She wanted to improve. Her movements were smooth and her confidence grew with every step. People nearby watched her with smiles, impressed by her energy. Then, in one sudden moment, everything changed. As Sofia made a strong movement, she felt a sharp pain deep inside her body. It was fast and unexpected, like something pulling hard where it should not. She froze instantly. "Ow!" she cried. The pain was not like anything she had felt before. It was not a small ache or a quick sting. It was deep, tight, and frightening. Sofia tried to move again, but her body refused. Her smile disappeared. Fear filled her eyes. "What just happened?" she whispered. She tried to take another step, but the pain grew stronger. It felt like something inside her had torn. Sofia gasped and grabbed onto the nearest support. Her legs felt weak and her heart began to race. People rushed toward her. "Sofia, stop moving," someone said urgently. Sofia's breathing became quick and uneven. She did not understand what was happening. She had been fine just seconds ago. Now, even standing felt impossible. "I can't move," she said, her voice shaking. "It hurts too much." She slowly lowered herself to the ground, careful not to make the pain worse. Tears filled her eyes, not only from pain but from fear. Sofia had never felt so unsure of her own body before. Adults knelt beside her, speaking calmly, but their faces showed concern. They asked her questions. "Where does it hurt? Can you move this? Did you feel a pull?" Sofia tried to answer, but her thoughts felt cloudy. All she could focus on was the pain. It felt tight and burning deep inside her muscle. "It hurts here," she said, pointing carefully. "I didn't fall. I just moved and then it hurt." They helped Sofia sit still and told her not to move anymore. Someone brought water. Someone else spoke softly, trying to keep her calm. Sofia felt scared. What if something is really wrong, she thought. She looked down at herself, confused. Nothing looked broken. There was no blood. But the pain was real and strong. She had always trusted her body. It had always done what she asked. Now it felt like it had suddenly stopped listening. Sofia was carefully helped up and supported on both sides. Every small movement made the pain pull again. She clenched her teeth and tried not to cry. "I'm sorry," she said quietly. "I didn't mean for this to happen." Queen Miranda arrived quickly, worry clear on her face. When she saw Sofia, she rushed to her side. "Sofia, my dear," she said gently. "Don't move." Sofia looked up at her mother, tears slipping down her cheeks. "It hurts so much," she whispered. "I think something is wrong." Queen Miranda held her hand tightly. "You're going to be okay," she said softly. "We'll take care of you." Sofia was guided inside and laid down carefully. Pillows were placed around her to keep her still. She felt tired suddenly, as if all her energy had disappeared at once. A doctor was called right away. As Sofia waited, she stared at the ceiling, listening to the quiet sounds around her. Her body felt strange. One part of her felt heavy and painful, while the rest felt helpless. "I was just moving," she thought. "I didn't even fall." The doctor arrived and spoke calmly. He asked Sofia to explain what happened. She described the sudden pain and how it stopped her from moving. The doctor nodded slowly. "It sounds like you may have torn a muscle," he said gently. "That can happen when the body is pushed too hard or moves the wrong way." Sofia's eyes widened. "Torn?" she repeated. "Yes," he replied. "It's an injury you can't always see, but it can be very painful." Sofia swallowed hard. "How long will it take to heal?" she asked quietly. The doctor looked at her kindly. "That depends," he said. "But it will take time and rest." Those words echoed in Sofia's mind. Time. Rest. Things she had never worried about before. As the day grew quiet, Sofia lay still, feeling pain, fear, and confusion all mixed together. Her world had changed in just one moment, and she had no idea how long it would take to feel normal again. The room was quiet after the doctor spoke. Sofia lay still on the bed, staring at the ceiling. The words "torn muscle" repeated in her mind again and again. She had heard the doctor explain it slowly, using simple words, but it still sounded scary. A muscle inside her body had been damaged. Something she could not see was hurt badly. Sofia carefully tried to move just a little, but pain returned immediately. She stopped and held her breath. "It really hurts," she whispered. The doctor nodded. "That is normal," he said gently. "A torn muscle causes deep pain. You must not move too much." Sofia did not like that answer. She had always been active. Sitting still felt wrong to her. But now her body felt weak and tight, like it was asking her to stop. Queen Miranda sat beside her and held her hand. "You are safe," she said softly. The doctor continued explaining. "Your muscle needs rest to heal. No training. No fast movements. You must be very careful." Sofia's heart sank. "For how long?" she asked. "Some weeks," the doctor replied. "Healing cannot be rushed." Those words made Sofia feel heavy inside. Weeks felt like a very long time. That night, Sofia barely slept. Every time she shifted, pain pulled inside her muscle. She tried to stay still, but her body felt uncomfortable. She stared into the dark, listening to the quiet sounds of the castle. "I hate this," she whispered. The next morning, Sofia woke up feeling stiff and sore. Getting out of bed was difficult. She needed help just to sit up. That made her feel embarrassed. "I can do it," she said quickly, even though she couldn't. Queen Miranda smiled kindly. "Let us help," she said. Sofia allowed it, but inside she felt frustrated. She had never needed so much help before. The doctor returned to check on her. He examined the injured area carefully and nodded. "You must rest today," he said. "Even small movements can make it worse." Sofia frowned. "I feel useless," she said quietly. The doctor shook his head. "Resting is not being useless. It is part of healing." Sofia did not answer. She did not feel convinced. As the day passed, Sofia stayed in bed with pillows supporting her body. She watched sunlight move across the floor. She listened to footsteps outside her room. Life continued, but she felt stuck. Amber and James came to visit. They tried to cheer her up with stories and jokes, but Sofia's smile felt forced. "I wish I could stand," Sofia said. "You will," Amber replied. "Just not yet." That word again. Yet. After they left, Sofia felt tired and quiet. She looked down at her body and felt angry at it. "Why did you do this?" she thought. "I was trying my best." Later, pain medicine was given to help her rest. It softened the pain but did not remove it completely. The injury reminded her of itself with every breath. That evening, Sofia heard laughter outside her window. She turned her head slowly and saw people practicing moving freely. The sight made her chest tighten. "I should be there," she whispered. Queen Miranda noticed her tears. "It's okay to feel upset," she said. "I don't want to stop," Sofia replied. "I don't want to rest." Her mother squeezed her hand gently. "Sometimes our bodies stop us so we can learn something important." Sofia did not know what that meant yet. The next day felt the same. Pain. Stillness. Waiting. Sofia tried to sit up on her own, but pain stopped her again. "Ow," she cried softly. The doctor's words returned to her mind. "Do not rush." Sofia clenched her fists. "I don't like waiting," she muttered. By the third day, Sofia felt tired not just in her body but in her heart. She snapped at people without meaning to. She felt sad and restless. She wanted to move, but she was afraid of the pain. "What if I never heal?" she wondered. That thought scared her deeply. That night, Queen Miranda sat beside her bed and spoke gently. "Healing is happening even when you can't see it," she said. Sofia looked at her mother. "It doesn't feel like it." "That's because healing is quiet," Queen Miranda replied. Sofia thought about that. Healing is quiet. As she lay in bed again, Sofia realized something important. This injury was not just about pain. It was about learning to slow down, to listen, to trust time. She closed her eyes slowly, feeling tired but thoughtful. The muscle was torn. Her routine was broken. And her patience was being tested for the first time in her life. Days passed quietly in Sofia's room, and each day felt longer than the last. Her muscle was still healing, but the pain had changed. It was no longer sharp all the time. Instead, it felt tight, heavy, and uncomfortable, like a reminder that she could not move freely. Sofia spent most of her time lying still, staring at the walls, listening to sounds from far away. From her window, Sofia could see the open courtyard. People walked by, talked, and practiced their daily activities. Life continued as normal for everyone else. That made Sofia feel invisible. She sighed softly. "They don't even notice I'm gone," she whispered. Sofia used to be everywhere, always moving, always involved. Now she felt like she had disappeared. When visitors came, they stayed for only a short time. They spoke softly, smiled kindly, and then left to return to their busy lives. When Amber visited, Sofia tried to act cheerful, but it felt hard. "How are you feeling today?" Amber asked. "Fine," Sofia replied, even though it was not true. Amber noticed the tension in Sofia's voice. "You don't sound fine." Sofia looked away. "I just feel useless." Amber frowned. "You're not useless." "But I can't do anything," Sofia said quietly. "I can't move. I can't help. I just lie here." Amber did not know what to say. She held Sofia's hand for a moment, then changed the subject. When she left, Sofia felt the quiet return, heavier than before. That night, Sofia cried softly into her pillow so no one would hear. Her tears were not only from pain. They were from loneliness. "I feel forgotten," she whispered. The next morning, Sofia refused visitors. She asked the guards to tell everyone she was resting. She did not want people to see her like this. She did not want to explain her feelings again and again. Sofia began to feel embarrassed about needing help. Someone had to help her sit up. Someone had to help her move. Even simple things felt difficult. "I used to be strong," she thought. "What happened to me?" Her confidence slowly faded. She stopped believing in her body. She became afraid of moving at all. What if it tears again, she wondered. The fear stayed in her mind constantly. Queen Miranda noticed the change. One afternoon she sat beside Sofia quietly. "You seem distant," she said gently. Sofia did not answer at first. Then she spoke slowly. "I feel weak." Her mother nodded. "Being injured can make us feel that way." "I hate it," Sofia said. "Everyone else is moving forward. I'm stuck." Queen Miranda held her hand. "Healing is not being stuck. It is moving in a different way." Sofia frowned. "It doesn't feel like moving." Her mother smiled softly. "Sometimes growth happens inside." Later that day the doctor visited again. He examined Sofia and nodded. "Your muscle is healing," he said. "Slowly but well." Sofia looked at him with doubt. "Then why do I still feel this way?" "Because healing muscles is easier than healing feelings," the doctor replied kindly. That answer surprised Sofia. That evening, Sofia asked for her journal. She had not written since the injury. Slowly, she picked up the pen and began to write. "I feel sad," she wrote. "I feel scared. I feel small." She stopped and stared at the page. Then she continued. "But I am healing." Writing the words made her feel a little lighter. The next day, Sofia allowed visitors again. She did not pretend to be happy. She spoke honestly. "It still hurts," she said. "And I feel lonely." Instead of awkward silence, she received understanding. People listened. Some shared stories of their own injuries. "You're not alone," one said. Those words stayed with Sofia. Later, Sofia watched a younger child walking slowly with a bandage on their leg. The child looked frustrated, just like Sofia had felt. "She's healing too," Sofia realized. "Just like me." That thought comforted her. That night, Sofia lay quietly listening to her breathing. Her muscles still felt tight, but her heart felt calmer. She realized something important. Being left out hurt more than the injury. But hiding from others only made it worse. Healing was not just about resting her body. It was also about accepting help, sharing feelings, and believing she would feel strong again. Sofia closed her eyes gently. The journey was still difficult. But she no longer felt completely alone. The morning light felt warm when Sofia woke up, and for the first time in many days she noticed something different. The tight feeling in her muscle was still there, but it felt softer, less angry. Sofia moved her arm and leg very carefully, expecting pain to stop her. It did not disappear, but it did not scare her either. She smiled slightly. "Maybe today will be better," she whispered. Later that morning the doctor visited again. He watched Sofia move slowly and nodded with approval. "Your muscle is healing," he said. "Today we will begin gentle exercises." Sofia's heart jumped. "Exercises?" she asked, nervous. "Yes," the doctor replied. "Very small movements. Nothing fast. Nothing strong." Sofia felt afraid and hopeful at the same time. She wanted to move again, but she also remembered the pain from before. What if it hurt too much? What if she made it worse? Queen Miranda noticed the worry on her face. You don't have to rush, she said gently. Just try. With help, Sofia sat up and followed the doctor's instructions. She moved slowly, focusing on each motion. The muscle pulled slightly, but it did not tear again. Sofia held her breath, then released it slowly. I did it, she said quietly. The doctor smiled. Yes. And you will do more little by little. After that day, gentle therapy became part of Sofia's routine. Each session was slow and careful. Some days felt easier. Other days felt hard and tiring. Sofia learned to accept both. Sometimes she felt frustrated when her body refused to move the way she wanted. She clenched her fists and closed her eyes. I want to be better now, she thought. But she remembered the doctor's words and slowed herself down. One afternoon, Sofia stood near the window, holding onto a chair for support. She looked outside and saw people moving freely. Instead of sadness, she felt determination. I will get there, she told herself. Amber visited and watched Sofia complete her exercises. You're really trying, Amber said. Sofia nodded. I'm scared, but I'm trying anyway. That's brave, Amber replied. The word stayed with Sofia. Brave. She had always thought bravery meant moving fast and being fearless. Now she understood it could also mean moving slowly and being careful. A few days later, Sofia was invited to sit in the courtyard while others gathered. She hesitated. Being seen while still healing made her nervous. What if people stare? She asked her mother. They might, Queen Miranda said kindly. But that doesn't mean you should hide. Sofia thought about it for a moment, then nodded. With support, she walked slowly into the courtyard. Each step felt careful and controlled. Her muscle tightened slightly, but she stayed calm. People noticed her right away. Some smiled. Some looked concerned. No one laughed. No one judged. Sofia sat down and listened quietly as people spoke and shared stories. Just being there made her feel included again. At one point, someone asked, How are you feeling? Sofia answered honestly. Still healing. Still learning. The words felt right. Later that evening, Sofia felt tired, but it was a good kind of tired. Her muscle ached, reminding her that she had worked it gently. She rested it carefully and drank warm tea. Queen Miranda sat beside her. You showed great courage today, she said. Sofia smiled. I was scared. That's when courage matters most, her mother replied. That night, Sofia wrote in her journal again. I moved today, she wrote. Slowly, carefully. And I didn't break. She paused, then added another line. I am stronger than I thought. The next days continued with slow improvement. Sofia learned to listen closely to her body. When it said stop, she stopped. When it said try, she tried. The fear of tearing the muscle again slowly faded. Trust returned, not all at once but step by step. One morning, Sofia completed her exercises without needing support. She stood still afterward, surprised. I did it, she whispered. It was not a big movement. It was not impressive to anyone else. But to Sofia it meant everything. She looked at her reflection and smiled gently. She still had a long way to go, but she could see the path now. Healing was happening. Not loudly. Not quickly. But surely. And for the first time since the accident, Sofia felt truly proud of herself. The morning Sofia woke up without sharp pain felt like a quiet miracle. She stayed still for a moment, listening to her body. The muscle that once felt torn and angry now felt calm, almost peaceful. There was still some tightness, but it no longer scared her. Sofia took a deep breath and slowly sat up, waiting for pain to stop her. It didn't. She smiled. Today felt different. Sofia carefully stood up and took a few slow steps across her room. Her movements were gentle, controlled, and confident. She remembered every lesson she had learned during her healing. Do not rush. Listen carefully. Respect your body. Queen Miranda watched from the doorway with a proud smile. How do you feel? She asked. Strong, Sofia replied honestly. Later that day, the doctor arrived for her final check. He examined her carefully and watched her move. He nodded with satisfaction. Your muscle has healed very well, he said. You've been patient and it made all the difference. Sofia felt relief wash over her. So I can move freely again? She asked. Yes, the doctor said. But always with care. Sofia thanked him and felt something warm grow in her chest. The journey had been long and difficult, but it had brought her here. That afternoon, Sofia walked outside on her own. The air felt fresh and the ground felt steady beneath her feet. She did not run. She walked slowly, enjoying every step. The world felt brighter not because it had changed but because she had. Amber and James met her in the courtyard. "You're really back," James said with a smile. Sofia shook her head gently. "I never left," she said. "I was learning." They laughed softly and walked together talking about simple things. Sofia felt included again, not because she was moving fast but because she felt whole. Later, Sofia noticed a young girl sitting nearby, holding her arm and looking upset. Sofia walked over and sat beside her. "Are you hurt?" Sofia asked kindly. The girl nodded. "I pulled a muscle. I can't play." Sofia smiled gently. "I tore a muscle too. It feels scary but it heals." The girl looked surprised. "Really?" "Yes," Sofia said. "Rest helps. And patience." The girl smiled a little and Sofia felt proud. Her pain had become a lesson she could share. That evening, a small gathering was held in the castle. People stood together quietly as Sofia stepped forward. She felt calm, not nervous. "I was hurt," Sofia said. "I thought stopping meant failing." She paused, looking around. "But healing taught me something important," she continued. "Strength is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet, patient, and gentle." The room filled with warm applause. That night, Sofia returned to her room and sat by the window. The stars shone brightly in the sky. Her body felt calm. Her heart felt full. She thought about the accident, the pain, the fear, the waiting. Every moment had shaped her. "I am different now," she whispered. "And that's okay." She wrote one final entry in her journal. "I was forced to slow down," she wrote. "And in the quiet I found strength." Sofia closed the book and placed it beside her bed. As she lay down, she felt gratitude instead of frustration. Her muscle was healed. But more importantly, her understanding had grown. She knew now that injuries did not mean weakness. Rest did not mean giving up. And patience was not empty time. It was growth. Sofia closed her eyes with a peaceful smile. Her journey had begun with pain. But it ended with wisdom she would carry forever.